Welcome to Puerto Rico! We're here for a few days to check out nature, waterfalls, and beaches.
Hi everyone, it's Shipra.
And it's Shipam. We're talking a little bit low right now because we just got to the place we're staying here for our new trip here in Puerto Rico. It's actually 3 a.m. and we have to wake up at around 9 a.m.
No.
Even earlier. We have to leave by 9 a.m. tomorrow because we are going to our first destination here, which is Vieques Island. It unfortunately takes about an hour and a half to 3 hours based on what Google is saying to get there, all the way to the other side of the island. But it should be a fun trip. We're going to be trying to go to Yunque, which is the only tropical rainforest in the United States. And it's also a national park. Additionally, we're going to be trying to check out some various different beaches on the mainland and San Juan as well, the major city here on the island.
Yeah, we're very tired, so we just took a shower and we are in our PJs now and ready to go to bed because we have to wake up in like 4 hours. So we'll see you in the morning.
We slept for probably 4 hours last night. We got in at 2:30 actually. 2:30. And then we were in bed by 4. And then we had to wake up at 8.
Now we're here at the Vieques ferry terminal.
Yes. So it took a 2-hour drive. And so now we're at the terminal. We're getting ready to go to the islands. We are heading to Vieques, which is one of the 2 main islands that people visit in Puerto Rico. That and Culebra. We tried to check for tickets to Culebra because we think the beaches there are nicer, but unfortunately it just didn't work out. The online booking process is very annoying, and if you come in person, there's no guarantee of anything. We're just waiting here for our ferry to get started boarding, and then we'll head over to the island. It should be around a 1-hour boat ride.
Do you have any ideas on where we're going on the island?
Yeah, so we're gonna go grab lunch first, probably. Get some Mexican food, I think, because
and hopefully a cold drink, because I am sweating like crazy.
And vegetarian foods is pretty scarce, so Mexican it is. And then we'll try and go check out some beaches. We have about 6 hours or so, 7 hours on the island before we have to head out. See you there.
See ya. Seeing my family after a long time. Hi. How do you like Puerto Rico so far?
So far so good. It's nice. It's hot.
What are you most excited about?
Oh, swimming.
Vieques. And some drinks.
I'm also looking forward to the rainforest.
Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna try to see if we can check that out tomorrow. So I just got to the Vieques Island and we walked over to a Mexican restaurant close by. The portion sizes look very good. We got quesadilla and nachos, both veggie options. And then we also got virgin pina colada, which was very delicious. So now we're gonna finish eating and then we're gonna go try to head to the beach after this.
Shipra liked her pina colada so much that she actually ordered another one. How are you gonna justify this?
It worked out at the hotel for one day when we were at the hotel.
We made it to Sun Bay Beach. This was actually quite a little bit of hassle on the way in. We got the ferry, we came to Vieques, then we went for lunch at a Mexican place. After that, we actually talked to a couple like rental agencies to get like a golf cart or UTV or something. And they're like, yeah, come, like you can rent it for the day and then return it later, right? We get there after taking shuttle over and they're like, well, actually, you can't have it.
Because we close at 5.
Yeah, we close at 5. And we're there at like 3 p.m. And it takes 40 minutes to basically drive anywhere in a golf cart because it's limited at 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So then we have to, from there, call a taxi, and now we have ended up at this beach.
Well, good thing that we didn't get those golf carts for this beach though, because this beach was a bit of a distance away.
Yeah.
Like it took 20 minutes in the car to get here.
But the beach is really nice.
It's really pristine actually.
Sun Bay Beach.
Yeah.
I did a lot of Googling before coming here. It turns out a lot of the beaches on the southern shore have a lot of seaweed problems.
Which we can see here.
Yeah, we can start seeing a little bit of it here too. I chose this one because people online were saying it has the least. And it has some, but it's not a crazy amount. It doesn't smell really bad, so.
The sand is really soft too.
Yeah. Interesting is that this island has almost been empty the entire time we've been here. We saw a bunch of people on the ferry, but then everyone disappeared. And the entire downtown was empty too. It's just kind of an off day. People probably went straight back to their hotel, but it's absolutely perfect weather right now for the beach because the cloud is coming up and covering the sun a little bit. So it's not too hot. And it's a little bit later in the day as well, but the water is still very warm. It's probably a pleasant like 75 or so.
If you come here, you gotta have a couple days to make good use of it.
Yeah, you have to stay on the island, I think.
Yeah, otherwise it's pretty good. You know, island itself is pretty good. Water looks nice. I would say we should have.
It's a comfortable temperature in there.
Yeah,
right?
oh absolutely. A comfortable temperature outside in the water and also not so much snow.
Yeah,
good.
That's good. It's golden hour, Shipra.
Yay.
How are you feeling?
I'm tired and dehydrated, but I had a fun day at the beach. I always like the beach. It makes me feel very grounded, you know? Just coming here, sitting next to the ocean, it's like hearing kind of nature's white noise. So it always makes me feel better. How about you? How was your day?
I would say it was nice. I think the beach is good. I think it was probably on par with like Costa Rican beaches as well as maybe Hawaii beaches. But I don't think it quite measures up to like the Aruba ones we've been to.
Yeah. I think if you come here, you definitely need to come with like for more than one day. You should get a car and maybe like stay at a nice hotel here. Maybe even get some groceries and like just spend a day or two here. I feel like that would be good. I think for us, it was kind of a lesson learned that you need to book this stuff very early, make all those arrangements like many months in advance. Then you can kind of have that experience. So it's something to keep in mind. But nevertheless, I think we had a good experience at the beach. So there's a bunch of wild horses here in Vieques.
Yeah, the horses seem to be all over the island. So
yeah.
I would feel a little bit scared driving here if one runs into the middle of the road, especially at night.
You're going to be doing that in Oman. There's going to be camels everywhere.
Oh, true. Yeah, we'll see. We finally reached back from Vieques. It is probably, I guess, 1 a.m. now. Yeah, so we're going to try and get to bed now, take a shower. Tomorrow we're going to go check out Crash Boat Beach, as well as a waterfall in that region. So that's on the western side of the island. So that should be interesting to see. And then also we might grab dinner at one of the farm-to-table type restaurants here in Puerto Rico. It's actually down in the city of Rincón. We'll check out what that's like as well. Hopefully they have some good vegetarian options because that's what they were telling us online. Good night. See you in the morning.
Good night.
Good morning. We're here at Azuka Cafe. We're on our way over to Gozalandia Falls today. So we're just grabbing some breakfast. We have French toast, omelet, and fruit. So it'll be a good start to the day before we head over to the waterfall. Then after the waterfall, we're gonna go check out the beach. So we're gonna go to Crash Boat Beach, as well as potentially some other beaches in the region, which is all the way on the western coast of Puerto Rico. Just finished up breakfast, we're gonna head out. But a couple things that are interesting here already that are a lot different from mainland is, one, you can't flush toilet paper, which is kind of problematic.
And it's like hard to remember not to. I have to like go, every time I go, I have to like force myself to remember, okay, because it's so instinctual to just flush it that, I mean, we had that problem in Turkey as well, but I think within a couple of days we got used to it, but it's just hard to remember.
The other thing that's interesting is that they were saying the power goes out here a couple times a day.
Yeah.
And the power actually went out while we were eating.
So it got really hot.
It got really hot and
sweating.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see how different this place is versus mainland USA, even though this is part of our same country.
Yeah. I think the funding and like the way things are handled here is very different. And also the natural disaster portion of it, I think, makes things much harder.
Yeah, I think the infrastructure definitely has a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah. So we just arrived at Gozalandia. This is one of the bigger waterfalls that you'll find in Puerto Rico. So this is on the west side of the island. So we drove here about 2 hours from Dorado, which is where we're staying. And we just got on a lot of mosquito repellent and sunscreen because it's very hot outside. We're just taking a quick bathroom break and then we're gonna head over to the waterfalls, which are on the other side over there.
Waterfall. This is the second largest waterfall here at this park. It's actually really nice. This is definitely giving me Costa Rica vibes again. Chris, how's the water? Why don't you get in the water?
Because I can't swim.
You can't swim?
Everybody knows I can't swim. We don't have to, but when we go to the Middle East, I'm gonna know how to swim and I'm gonna go snorkeling, so it's just a matter of time.
Having fun, Chris?
Yeah. But these make me look really cloudy.
You gotta do a jump for us. Whoa!
So we just made it to the base of the large waterfall here at this park. And as you can see, it's pouring down rain. And I'm being forced to stand in this rain and talk. My brother just went in for a dip. And there was actually, this is very slippery. So we came down like 100 stairs and we almost slipped.
But I think it was worth it.
Yeah.
This view is really cool.
It's been worth it for Shubham for sure. Since he's quite dry under the umbrella over there.
Have you been to a waterfall this big before?
Yeah, I have, but not in a warm tropical climate. I've only been to Bernie Falls in Northern California, and that was not swimming type of water.
Yeah, this is tropical.
This is they're enjoying swim session in the water.
I think the trip has really turned around a bit after all the mishaps yesterday.
Yes, for sure. This is like a nice romantic moment. It's like home zone when it was pouring down rain. Well, we are in a rainforest, so
Yeah.
I guess this makes sense.
I think we got to get out of here now. So, unfortunately, the waterfall took a little bit longer than we anticipated.
But it's okay because this beach is just mediocre that we came to.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Crash Boat Beach, but now we're at this random beach called Steps Beach near the restaurant we're going to today, which is more of like a farm-to-table type of place.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, so it's called Estela. Their menu is supposed to change pretty often based off of what they have available to them.
And they have good vegetarian options.
Yeah, they have a vegetarian menu, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this beach looks nice. It's not as, perfect white sand, blue water as we had thought, but I think the view, now that the sun is setting, it looks really nice. So we're at Estela restaurant, which is a restaurant around Rincón area. So this is supposed to be farm-to-table food. And they actually have a good vegetarian menu. Now we're trying orzo. And Shipra got the polenta with mushrooms. All right, Shipra, take a bite. That's pretty good. What do you think?
Good. It's not bad.
Krish, what do you think of the food?
I think it's really good.
What does everyone else think?
I think it's good. I think it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good for the focus these guys have in terms of presentation and all.
Shipra said she doesn't care about presentation, she just wants a lot of food.
Yeah, I want good Indian food. I don't care where it's coming from.
So we had Estela's, which was kind of meh. Yeah, it was salty, and then
For its food, it should not be that salty.
and then your dad was complaining to the waiter about the salt.
Classic. No, he always, when he doesn't like something, he always gets it and he's like, this and that and that.
So as a result, we now have to cleanse our palate of salt with milkshakes. So you're drinking a Kinder Bueno milkshake, and you're drinking a Hershey's pie milkshake. What ice cream did you get?
Cookies and cream.
Oh, okay, nice. We're at this like random place here that
But
had
the
like,
guy there in there works really hard.
and the guy would spend like 15 minutes making 2 milkshakes.
By the way, come here and give a tip.
Did you give a tip?
Yeah.
You do?
Uh-huh. I got $200 bills in there.
We just got back from the west side of the island. But yeah, overall it was a good day. I think the waterfalls are really cool. They're really nice. And tomorrow we're planning on going to San Juan.
Finally.
Yeah. So we're gonna check out the beach in the morning that's right by VRBO. And then we're gonna go to San Juan later in the afternoon to check out downtown San Juan, as well as like the old town and the castle there before we're going to dinner. It's the end of another day here in Puerto Rico. Good morning. We're starting off another day here in Puerto Rico. Today we are actually just checking out the beach right next to the VRBO we're staying at. So actually the water here is extremely clear. It seems like a fantastic day for the beach. There was supposed to be a lot of rain today. It seems like the rain held off, and we might get rain a little bit later today, but hopefully none at all. I think this is the clearest water we've seen thus far, right?
Yeah, what's the plan for the rest of the day?
Yeah, we're gonna head over to San Juan later today. So we're gonna go check out the castle by the water, and then walk around some of the old San Juan area before heading to dinner tonight. We're gonna be going to a place called Kumo Rooftop for Japanese style food. So it should be a fun day. After coming to this beach, I don't know why we went to Vieques. The water is so warm. It's really warm at the top and a little bit colder at the bottom because of the sun. There's like no waves. It's perfectly clear. Great weather to swim. How are you liking it, Krish?
It's good. I mean, it's better than Vieques. Vieques, I mean, was good too.
Yeah.
But this one's just better, and this water's clear. You can barely tell that it's salt water.
Oh yeah, it feels really nice.
Yeah.
And we were both jumping off that pier over there. So that was fun. What type of jump are you gonna do next?
I don't know. I'm probably gonna do either a pencil jump or a cannonball.
Oh, okay.
Pencil jumps to make you go deeper, but
Yeah.
cannonballs are more fun.
True. So what's interesting is that this Domino's guy is trying to sell pizza on the beach. He just came up to us. He's like, half pepperoni, half cheese for $8 a pizza. He's selling on the side of the road over here from Domino's. I actually think it's a very good business model.
It is.
Because like all the Domino's operate as franchises, right? Yeah. So like I'm sure the local franchise knows like there's a lot of people at the beach. They're probably gonna want to eat pizza. Let's just send this one guy 20 pizzas over there and see if we can sell them.
Oh, absolutely. And there's so many people here that I'm sure it's worth it for them to take that risk and take standard pizza. Everybody wants to eat that, so
yeah. I assume they sell maybe 5-10 pizzas. They're already in the profit. We are coming up on Castillo San Felipe del Morro here in San Juan. So we have just driven into the city. This is our first time in the city actually on this trip. So we're going to check out Old San Juan after this, but we want to check out this castle or fort really, before it closed down. So this fort actually has a pretty extensive history. It goes back to the early 1500s. It was originally created by the Spanish Empire, and they held this position for many, many years, actually almost 300 years. It wasn't until the end of the 1800s, I believe 1898, that this area actually transitioned over from Spanish rule to American rule after the completion of the Spanish-American War. Pretty interesting to see, like they actually built this entire complex out here, right on the edge of the water, and defended it for over 300 years, prior to anyone actually being able to take it over and take rule of this island. So there's actually 3 flags flying here. There's the Burgundy flag, which is on the left. There's the Puerto Rican flag in the middle, and the United States flag on the right. So the Burgundy flag is a little bit interesting because it's more of an homage actually to the past of this fort being under Spanish rule. It was actually the Spanish military flag that was used here. And here, this main courtyard was actually used for military training exercises for many, many years. And it was actually a very popular place to be back in the day.
So we're in an area called the Battery, and this is where the Spanish used to fire cannons from. So this dates as far back as the 1500s, where they used to use this area and all these little inlets here to fire cannons at enemy ships. So English and Dutch, and then it was also used for specific combat in the 1700s as well, and also in World War II.
What's surprising is that I didn't even realize it was used as recently as World War II. Like, I'm not quite sure what the threat was here in the Caribbean because the Japanese were over in the Pacific. So I assume they were scared of the Germans coming over the Atlantic, but
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Seems kind of odd.
See an example of a cannon right here.
Yeah. So here's the cannon. It's actually extremely large.
It's so windy. I mean, if I had this in my room at home, this would be so much better. This is like an air conditioning. Instead of burning electricity, we'll use the nature.
It's air conditioning of the future.
Yes.
So what I'm liking here a lot is actually, it's very reminiscent of those castles we saw in Portugal. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see this, like, all across the world, this influence of colonial empires. You know, the Spanish were across the world, the Portuguese were across the world, they had the British Empire, not to mention American imperialism starting in the 1800s. All these cross cultures and like development across all these countries around the world, and the spreading of that influence across these countries as well. And it's also interesting to think that, like, because the Spanish were here so early and they established such a distinct point of control here within the island of Puerto Rico, as a result, the entire culture here is completely shifted. Right, and you can see that Spanish influence now, even today. You know, everyone speaks Spanish here. There's very little English, despite America taking over in the late 1800s. Hi, Shipra. We came up to the top deck. Shipra's sitting down there.
Hi, Mommy.
Krish, how are you liking this place?
I think it's very historical. It's really, I feel like the lighthouse is in better shape than the whole thing itself probably because the lighthouse is staying less bullets than this place. But I feel like this is still in decently good shape. Like, you can't see the bullet holes or anything through here. And this is definitely a place you should go to.
Are you gonna move here?
I'm probably not gonna move to Puerto Rico, partly because of the weather. I cannot contain this weather. It's like too hot for me. I need like max 90 degrees. The max for this place is like 100. I don't know, I feel like Puerto Rico is a nice place to come for like a trip, but it's not a nice place to like, there's not that much to do here, I feel like. And it's not like economically either, it's not like that stable. So it's not the best place to come. I mean, for a trip, this is a beautiful place to come.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of things to do. But if you stayed here for like a long time, or if you like permanently stayed here, then you'd probably get bored eventually.
So, moral of the story, you love Puerto Rico.
Love Puerto Rico, but there's some few things I don't like, but mostly things I like. If you fell from this, you'd actually be so screwed. There you might live,
Yeah.
Maybe like a 0.1% chance.
Uncle, how are you liking Puerto Rico?
Oh, amazing. I think this part here today is worth it.
Deal
Worth
breaker?
spending, coming here.
Do you think
It's
it's a deal
amazing.
breaker?
What do you think of this fort?
Oh, it's solid. One word that comes to my mind is solid. Solid construction. Look at these walls, what, 15, 20 feet wide. After 200, 300, 500 years, I don't know how many, but 300 plus years.
And look how tall it is.
Still standing solid. So
You should contract them to build your house.
Absolutely. I would love to. Let's find
Bring
those
them
guys.
back from the grave.
I would love to build something like this. Yeah, why not?
Welcome to Old San Juan.
Now walking through the streets of Old San Juan.
Yeah, we just decided to walk over from the castle and we're headed over to get some pina coladas.
It's actually very lively out here, and it looks a lot like Spain, you know, in terms of the architecture and the buildings and things like that. I'm really liking all the colors here, and they've blocked off all the street for just walking around. We're gonna head over down that road over there to Barrachina. That's supposed to be one of the most popular places for getting a pina colada.
And it's very hot, so
Yeah.
I need something ice cold right now.
And hopefully we can also see the sign that shows the pina colada was made here in Puerto Rico.
Invented.
Invented here, yeah, in the 60s. But there's a bit of a debate supposedly. Like a lot of other places claim to have also created the pina colada. So I don't know, it's just a cocktail.
It's one of my favorite drinks, though, honestly.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I like it without the rum.
Yeah, without the rum.
I don't really care for the
I've never
bitter
had it, so I don't
aftertaste. Just
Chris-
tastes like a nice fruit smoothie.
Krish wants to have it with the rum.
Yeah, totally. I can totally drink rum, guys.
Arrived at Barrachina. You know, Shipra, you developed a real taste for pina coladas during this trip.
Well, I just like virgin fruity drinks. They just taste so good. It's my excuse to drink sugar.
Krish, what's your favorite drink?
Not a pina colada, because I've never really had one. Maybe if I change, I might try it.
So we're about to have our pina coladas right here. They're looking really good, actually, and everyone's saying they're really tasty.
Yeah, I tried a little bit. They're very good.
And right here is the sign. So you can see this is where the pina colada was created in 1963 by Don Ramon.
Or at least that's what Puerto Rico claims.
That's what they claim. Other people have made claim to it. But it's time for the taste test. Barrachina is supposed to be the most famous place here. It has almost like 5,500 reviews on Google. So let's give it a shot.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really delicious. I think the general consensus of Barrachina is that the drinks are okay.
It's good, but I feel like the pina colada I had on Vieques was like more coconutty, but it was a better balance. This just tastes like pineapple. I don't really taste much coconut.
I think this one, I mean, it just tastes like pineapple juice actually with ice.
Maybe this is how the original pina colada was created, but then it was modified to balance it out better.
You liking it, Krish? Is it just like juice?
Basically,
It's like cold Capri Sun, right?
yeah. Cold Capri Sun with fruits in it.
I think it was a good day. I think all the days up until now have been wonderful. Yeah, so far really enjoyed it. Nice weather, little humid, muggy, but that's expected.
What do you think of this area?
I think Old San Juan's very nice. I like the castle a lot, and I think we got pina coladas, and those pina coladas are so good. And I love the mini umbrellas and the fruits in them. Those are really cute.
I really like the fort. the construction architecture of it, going back so many years, it's pretty good standing even today.
As the sun goes down here in San Juan, the temperature's dropping. It's getting a lot more pleasant, and there's a lot of cats coming out to play, just like Turkey was. I really like this area because, you know, there's a lot of colors, there's a lot of movement, activity. It's a lot of fun, actually. So we're here now at Kumo Rooftop. It's kind of a Japanese, fusion, Asian type of restaurant, and it's a very different vibe from old San Juan. Very modern, all sorts of modern music going on, a lot more aesthetically designed rather than like classically designed.
Yeah, it's really nice views up here, and good vegetarian options as well. So
Yeah.
we'll see how the food is.
After a bit of a wait, we finally have some food coming out.
You can do it.
Cut it in half. I just don't know how.
So we just got back from Kumo. I would say it was quite hit or miss.
Yeah,
I think that was the general perception. Our food was really weird.
It was like not flavorful.
Well, the Brussels sprouts were good.
Yeah.
The tofu was good as well. But then,
Yeah.
like, for whatever reason, but the other thing they gave was like some vegan dish, and like they literally took half slab
Like
of
basically like a half chunk of tofu and just put it in a gravy, and like the tofu was not seasoned at all, which is really surprising for like such a
high-end restaurant. Like
yeah.
inside was literally still wet. Like
Yeah.
that's how weird it was.
Yeah.
It was pretty mixed. But then Krish, for whatever reason, liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Because me and Kanika got a whole chicken, and it was seasoned with like miso glaze, which was really good. It was like sweet and savory, kind of like glaze. And then we got like these fingerling potatoes too as a side of it. And then we also got this flame burrata, which was pretty good. It had some bread so you can dip it in it, and that was really good.
So he had like a 9 out of 10 experience. I'd say we had a 3, maybe a 4 out of 10 experience.
Maybe like a 3. I've made better tofu at home.
I would never go back there.
No, I would never.
The ambiance was good. Ambiance was good.
Yeah, and it
definitely.
was on a rooftop, which was cool, but yeah, not
I
again.
feel like it was very overpriced though.
It was overrated.
Yeah, it was overrated, overpriced. I think as with everything we've tried here, kind of like that's supposed to be good or higher end, it's been meh.
Yeah.
All right, well, now it's time to finally eat some of that cake that we cut earlier.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to trying that out.
I tried it before, like a little
Yeah.
piece of it. It was really good.
But so we'll go and have that, and tomorrow we will be seeing you at El Yunque. We're gonna go on a couple hikes, try and see some waterfalls or some streams and things like that. Good morning. We are starting off our final full day here in Puerto Rico at El Yunque. So we are planning to check out a couple of the trails around here. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the reservations to the actual park because it's very problematic. What happens is there's a lot of bots that people have set up that automatically buy tickets as soon as they come available.
Probably through like tour agencies and stuff like that.
So we are unfortunately having to go to trails outside of the park, but they're still technically inside of the park.
Yeah.
They're just on the outskirts. I think there's a lot of hurricane damage in the park anyway, so we probably won't be missing too much. And we saw a big waterfall the other day. We're gonna try and hike and
Maybe go ziplining. We'll see.
yeah, let's see if we can get ziplining as well.
Yeah.
Should be a good day. We have just entered the trailhead for the Angelito Trail. Shipra, what are your first impressions of the rainforest?
I love it here. I've never been to a rainforest before, and it's so peaceful here, and the greenery is so different from like anything I've seen before, and you can see lots of bird of paradise, which is my favorite. This is the first time I've been to a rainforest.
It is really nice and dense. I will say, like, versus Costa Rica when we went, that this is actually a much better paved path. Seems like it'll be an easy trail. So Shipra, you want to tell everyone what happened yesterday?
Oh, it's hard to talk about. So I have been planning a surprise trip for Shivam for his birthday. for like over 2 months now, and I had done a really good job of keeping everything secret, including like booking all the hotels, making sure that he doesn't get any email notifications through any like personal accounts or anything like that. So it was very challenging to book everything and make sure that that wasn't going to happen. And then yesterday we were talking about vlogging, how I was going to have to be the creative director of the next vlog. And I accidentally slipped out the location of where we were going. And then I was devastated for like 2 hours.
She started crying. That's how sad she was that she wasn't gonna have a surprise anymore.
Well, it was so hard to make everything, like, I just wanted it to be a surprise for you, and it just took so much time and thought to make sure that that would be the case. And then of course, like, I ruined it in the stupidest trip.
So where are we going?
We're going to Oregon.
Right, so we're going to a state. She let slip a state, but she didn't actually say anything of what we're doing there, how we're getting there,
well,
what is the itinerary.
You know how we're getting there, flying. But yeah, I didn't tell them like where in Oregon we're going or what we're doing on a day-by-day basis.
So I think it's still a surprise.
Yeah.
So we made it to the end of the trail. It was a very short and light trail. So yeah, this opens up to a really nice pool area, lots of rocks, and you can see a bunch of people swimming over there. It's really nice. I really need to learn how to swim so that when we come to places like this, we can jump in, but I'm working on it.
There's a nice still water pool right here, natural pool. Let's try it out. Shipra's now obsessed with all of her hiking clothing, or like accessories.
SPF shirt, hiking shoes.
Yeah, look, she's testing the hiking shoes by running them through moving water, just to show how waterproof they are. You're like a moving ad for Colombia now.
Yeah, I wear a lot of Colombia gear now.
Up the Angelito Trail. It was a quick trail down, and the water was really nice down there.
Yeah, it was great. We're actually going to be eating lunch, so we got some Taco Bell over here. Classic Shipra and Shivum style. Actually, there weren't that many options on the way here, so we had really no better choice.
We just got to Junglequi Ziplining. This is probably my fourth time or something, or is this Shipra's
First, yeah, I've never been ziplining before, so I'm looking forward to it.
So we just finished up Shipra's first ever ziplining experience. Overall, what do you think it was like?
Oh, I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I wasn't scared or anything. It was cool to see the rainforest from that angle. Really good. And like, I think the people doing it were also fun to hang out with as well.
Would you go ziplining again?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think this one, as far as the ones I've been to, was a little bit more chill.
Yeah.
So I guess it was good first time experience for you. I think some of the other ones I've been to are a lot more crazy and a lot more faster.
Yeah.
Which might have not done you well. So I think this was a good balance.
It's a good starting, and I'm going to build my way up now as we get closer and closer to November.
Now we are going to determine what to do next. We might go on another trail if we have some time. Otherwise, we're going to head back to Old San Juan to meet up with the rest of Shipra's family and
get a drink.
Yeah, get some pina coladas.
Yeah.
Walking through the San Francisco district of Old San Juan, I can say for a fact this is a lot better than our San Francisco.
Yes, agreed.
It's a lot cleaner. There's a lot of live music. There's a lot of restaurants. It doesn't at all feel sketchy. I don't know, all sorts of problems in SF, but
it's also not nearly as dirty.
So as an amateur chef,
Food critic.
food critique, yeah. How does this taste?
Now the sauce and the chicken that this thing is cooked in, that's quite flavorful. But this whole thing about this plantain and musca plantains, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out what type of flavor that one has. It's pretty bland actually, this whole thing is bland, but the sauce, the chicken is good. So overall, I would say dish is looking good, 6 out of 10.
How many of those points are just for presentation?
50-50, I guess. Maybe 2 points, but 4 points for the dish, 2 points for the presentation.
So we just wrapped up our final day here in Puerto Rico. What is your overall impressions of Puerto Rico?
I liked Puerto Rico. I think that it's a nice travel destination for being able to see beaches. The rainforest itself is a great attraction to see, and especially if you enjoy, hitting the beach, relaxing, I think it's a great place. There's also some good hikes if you go to the rainforest area, and we went ziplining today, which was fun. So overall, I think it was a good experience. I think that there's definitely a lot of other places I've been to at the same price point that I think were a slightly better experience, especially like thinking about the island, the Vieques Island that we went to. I just felt it was a bit of a letdown. But other than that, I would say it was a overall good experience, but I don't think I'm going to be back here for a while, or I really ever, I don't think.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't come back. I think having gone to Costa Rica, that far exceeded Puerto Rico. I think like the appeal of both places is pretty much the same, in terms of beaches, natural landscapes, forests, that sort of rainforest, that sort of thing. And Costa Rica is just at a different level than here. So personally, I just wouldn't come back here. I think like the food, not so good. Parks, okay, but not quite as good.
And a lot of the park area has been damaged because of the hurricanes.
Yeah.
So you can't see the entire park.
Yeah. Overall, I think it was still fun. Like that, we got lucky with the weather. It didn't really rain, other than the one little bit by the waterfall. And yeah, I think like we still had a good time. The beaches were good.
So that kind of wraps up this video. We're headed off to Columbus now, just for working remotely and then attending a friend's wedding. The next vlog you're going to see is Shivan's birthday vlog that I planned for him to ruin the surprise, but there's going to be a lot of fun things we're going to do on that trip. So stay tuned. We'll see you next time.
Bye.